Hi everybody, I'm Amy from Neurotic Mom Bakes. Welcome to my YouTube channel. One of the most frequently asked questions that I get asked about my cake decorating is how do I get my buttercream so smooth on the sides? And I'm going to show you that today. So I have a cake stacked and crumb coated, ready to go with the outer coat. And I'm going to show you how I get this, what my process is to get the buttercream smooth on the outside. On my Instagram, when I'm editing, I cut a lot of this out. So a lot of people look at that video and say, wow, you did it in like, 2 swipes. But in reality, this is the most time-consuming, difficult part of the cake. And some days it goes really well and it happens quickly, and some days I am patching and scraping forever, like an hour. It's happened before. Okay, so I put my cardboard round on top, and this is gonna help give me a clean edge when I go to frost the top, but I'm just doing the sides right now. So I just wanna make sure it's level, and I start spreading my frosting on. Now, because I'm only doing one color today, I can pull the frosting, the buttercream, straight from the bowl. If I were doing an ombre effect or stripes, I would put, or different colors, I would put the frosting in the piping bags. But since this is just all one color, I'm just pulling it straight from the bowl. And one trick that I forgot to mention is before you go to spread this on the cake, you need to give it a good stir to get all the air bubbles out. That will help give a smoother surface, smoother consistency. If you see little crumbs, like right there, I see one, that happens, I'll just pull it out, wipe it on my clean rag, and continue on. Now, so I have a cardboard on the top and I have a cardboard on the bottom. You want the buttercream to go on the outside. You can see I'm covering that board, on the outside of that board. It just looks nicer and it helps smooth the edge out. And if you have a really tall scraper, I don't, but then you can line the scraper up with the bottom and the top one. Okay, so that's covered. And I'm gonna start trying to smooth it out. This can be a lengthy process. You've got to be patient. I like to do it in one pass. If you stop, start, you're gonna have ridges all along. So I like to reach around, start at the bottom on the outside of that cardboard, and just gently pull and scrape all the way around. You can see there are still lots of air bubbles. Totally normal, totally fine. Turn it over to the clean side, I'll go to the top. Now, because I don't have the full length ones, because I'm too cheap to buy one, I buy the inexpensive ones. I don't want to push this bottom part right along, otherwise you'll get that ridge right there. So I will hold it out just slightly, and the more you practice, the more you'll see, you'll kind of get a feel for what you need to do to make it smooth. So I'm going to just go along the top here. Go around. Lots of air bubbles, okay? That's fine, that's normal. I'm gonna take the buttercream that's on my scraper and I'm going to start patching all those air bubbles. And the more you smooth it, the more those air bubbles disappear. I never use a scraper twice. I use a clean one every single time. So I will set it to the side. I'll get more buttercream from my bowl and continue patching. Kind of like you're putting a whole new coat on. That's okay. Get your new scraper. Again, reach around, one pull. See, already you can see it's a little smoother this time. Turn it over, go to the top, and pull. And you just repeat this over and over and over. Okay, right here, let me just show you. If you ever see a couple crumbs, totally fine, just pull them out. Patch, scrape, not a big deal. Oh, it's looking good. Okay, I think that's gonna be good enough for today. I like it. This goes back in the freezer, and then I'll show you how to do the top. Okay, now that my outer coat is out of the freezer, I'm ready to cut this cardboard off and frost my top and make my nice sharp edge. I'll show you how to do that. I'm just gonna get my knife and run it right along that cardboard and very carefully peel it off. You have to go carefully or it'll pull some of that frosting off. There we go, perfect. Right. Put some of that on top. And then with my offset spatula, I'm just gonna spread it around, go right up to the edges. Then I'll get one of my scrapers just to get it nice and smooth on the side, and on the top, sorry. I'll go around the top and then I'll turn it over to the clean side and just barely run it along the top side here. And then I like the large offset spatula for this part. You need a clean rag also. I'm gonna get eye level and just pull it in and wipe it off so it's completely clean between each pull, each drag. See now right here, it's a little uneven. I'm gonna show you how to fix that. Just gonna get a little bit, so right here, I'm getting eye level and it's a little bit uneven right here. It needs a little more buttercream on this side. I just like to get it perfectly flat if I can. I've seen bakers use levels. You can do that too, little small levels to get it flat. Go around again, get it even. That's pretty good. Maybe beat down just a little bit. Oh, that's better, much better. Get a new clean one. Very carefully go around the side. And then get the clean offset spatula again, pull it in. This gives us a really clean, sharp edge. Pretty good. Just gonna clean that up a little. There, not bad. Okay. Stick this back in the freezer. Okay, I get asked all the time how I come up with my designs, if I sketch them out, and I'm gonna actually show you what I do. I have an idea in my head of what I want this to look like. I've never tried it before. I don't have time to do a practice test. I'm just gonna go for it, and I'm gonna show you. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I have to have a backup plan. I don't have a backup plan today, so we're just gonna go. So I try to find, the best surface where I want my front of my cake, and I'm thinking right there, maybe right there. I don't know, I spin around, find my best front of the cake, which I think is gonna be right here. Okay, so I want to make this look like a ballerina. Now, because the bodice is symmetrical, if I ever have to do anything symmetrical, I will get a toothpick and just very gently kind of outline, just because you don't want to start and then have it not. You can always fix the toothpick lines, but you can't always fix the buttercream lines. So I'm just gonna start gently sketching out the bodice of like this tutu that I'm doing. Doing a little blue ballerina. She's wearing a blue leotard. Blue tutu, actually. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty symmetrical. And I want ruffles. Now, if I ever do have to practice, I'll just give a little, just tiny little test run. I usually just do it on my counter. Just like that. Okay, that's what I want. That's what I'm gonna do. Actually, ooh, nope. I gotta do my crisscross lines first. And I think I'm just gonna go for these. I don't think I'm going to sketch them out. I'm just gonna go. This is real life. This is how I do my cakes. Now the wonderful thing about buttercream is everything is fixable with a toothpick. And if it's really crooked, like it kind of is crooked right there, if you put it in the freezer for 10 minutes and then pull it out, it's easy to straighten. But sometimes I just like the authentic rustic look of just going for something, you know? And just doing it without having it all be stenciled or patterned. There, okay, pretty good. Now I'm gonna get my ruffle and just following that toothpick line, I'm gonna ruffle it all the way down. Okay, now the tricky part is to be able to do it like lefty, I don't know, on the other side. Just go for it. Okay, I like it. Now we're gonna dress it up with some little rosettes. See, I'm just kind of, this design, I'm just like winging it. I don't know. Just seeing where it needs to be dressed up a little. And I think I'll go along the top here. I'm gonna keep it pretty simple for now, but you can embellish this with little sequin sprinkles, or the edible glitter is really pretty, but that's just my basic bodice I'm gonna do there. Now I'm gonna start on the tutu. So I'm gonna make an ombre tutu, and I'm going to start with the lightest color because I'm gonna do the bottom layer of the tutu first. So again, I'm gonna kind of just practice what I want that to look like, yep. And the tutu's gonna go out like this, so I don't wanna start against the cake. I'm gonna start out here on the board. I always start in the back of my cake. That way when you have to kind of finish it, if it's not quite perfectly matching up, it's on the back of your cake. I don't ever start anything on the front of my cake. So I'm gonna, I don't know, go a 1/2 inch away from this is actually on the board. It's not on the cake because I want that tutu look, right? Oh, I forgot to tell you, I am using the large drop flower tip for this. The 1M would work also, the star, that would work. Okay, and I'm gonna put more to the tutu on in just a second, but I am gonna stick this in the freezer for like 3 minutes because I don't wanna put another layer of buttercream on top and have it splish out everywhere. But I am going to do a rope swirl on top here. And again, you want to start in the back because you'll have to start and finish the line in the back here. I always make sure my tip is clean, and if it's been sitting for a while, I'll squeeze out that first little bit. And this rope swirl, I just want to do a continuous motion for as long as possible. I'm gonna start in the back here. Use one hand to help me turn. When you need to stop, stop at the bottom. That way you can just go pick it up and go right over the top. Gonna go in the freezer for 1 second. All right, so I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of embellishment here. I'm gonna put some of these little sprinkle, I don't know what they're called. Dragées, I've heard. I don't know. They're tricky though. One by one, there's no other way to do it. Just one at a time. But I'm just gonna dress it up a little. And we are almost done with this cute little ballerina cake. Super easy. Okay, so there's that, and then if you wanted, you could put them all along the tutu. I'm not gonna take the time to do that today, but I am gonna add onto the tutu with my medium, shade. I've got the white, and then I'm gonna do the light blue, and then I'm gonna finish with the dark blue that matches the bodice there. So this is gonna go more next to the cake in between each of the white ones, and I'm gonna go a little smaller. This is the medium, the smaller drop flower tip. The white one that I did was the large, and this one is the next size down. I'm just gonna go around. Okay, there's that. Another fun decorative element you can add. I have some edible glitter here. And you wanna do this, I'm not gonna do it on the blue right now because it's still really soft, but on this more frozen, you can dust it with a clean paintbrush, and it just gives this extra pretty sparkle that I love. I'm gonna brush it all along here. It's so pretty, I love it. Oops. Don't worry if it goes on the blue part, just makes it prettier. Just kind of brush it all over. This particular glitter color is just a white, but they come in every color. Blue, silver, gold, red, orange. I've seen every color. It's so pretty. I'll dust the top a little bit here. Okay, we are so close to being done. Now, I'm gonna take that same, I usually try to make everything edible, but I found this cute little ballerina crown tiara that I'm gonna put, and because I don't want it to sit all the way down in here, I'm gonna just create another little border. And that way it can set right on top there. Perfect. Okay, and I'm gonna finish with the last layer of my tutu. I'm gonna go that same drop flower, that medium-sized drop flower tip, but in the darker blue color, I'm gonna just do a little tiny dab in between the light blue little rosettes. And there we have it, our little ballerina cake. Thank you for joining me today on Neurotic Mom Bakes. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to see more content just like this. You can also find me on Instagram at Neurotic Mom.